Adrian Vandenberg and Steve Vai talk Whitesnake, guitar styles and rock history. Adrian Vandenberg, the talented guitarist who rocked with Whitesnake from 1987 to 1990 and then again from 1994 to 1997, recently opened up about his exhilarating experience of sharing the stage with the legendary Steve Vai. Joining the band just in time for the 1989 album, Slip of the Tongue, which Vandenberg co-wrote, Vai brought a unique flair to the group. Although Adrian didn't play on the album due to a wrist injury, he rejoined the band for the subsequent tour, and the chemistry between the two guitarists was electric. Playing with Steve was quite a challenge because he's a virtuoso, Adrian shared candidly. It really made me reflect on my own style. When I first joined Whitesnake, I got swept up in the fast-paced playing that was popular in the States, but that's not really where my heart lies. I've always been inspired by melodic players like Brian May and Michael Schenker, and even Eddie Van Halen, who, despite his flamboyant style, always infused melody into his solos. So, touring with Steve made me realize I needed to focus on what I do best. It was a fantastic opportunity for us to blend our different styles, and I truly enjoyed it. Plus, he's a great guy with a wonderful sense of humor. We had a blast together. In a previous interview, Adrian reflected on how quickly he and Steve became friends. We clicked almost instantly. Our musical styles were so different, which made it work beautifully, he said. He elaborated on their contrasting approaches. I'm all about melody, while Steve was more flashy during that time, trying to prove himself. He even admitted to me later that his ego was a bit inflated back then. Adrian also revealed that Steve had apologized for his earlier behavior, acknowledging his prima donna phase. He told me, "Man, I was just getting carried away during that time when everyone was saying, oh, Steve Vai." It was a different era for him. Despite the frustration of not being able to play on his own songs due to his wrist injury, Adrian took a philosophical approach. It was tough not to record on the Slip of the Tongue album, but I thought, how cool is it that a player of Steve's caliber is on my songs, he mused. Steve Vai, in a separate interview, shared his thoughts on joining Whitesnake after parting ways with David Lee Roth. In my mind, I was surrendering my career. I knew my solo album, Passion and Warfare, was very different from Whitesnake's sound, he explained. He admitted that he lacked the confidence to perform instrumental music solo, so joining Whitesnake felt like the right move. I loved their music, and David Coverdale was an incredible frontman. I wanted in. When he joined, the music for Slip of the Tongue was already recorded, and he just had to add his guitar magic. Adrian had laid down guide tracks, but he was dealing with a wrist injury that made it hard for him to play. I had to put my spin on the riffs while respecting his original ideas, Vai said. Reflecting on his time with Whitesnake, Vai acknowledged his own challenges. If anyone was difficult, it was me. I was a bit of a prima donna back then, coming from a different world with David Lee Roth. But I knew I had to deliver rock integrity while also being true to my own voice. I couldn't try to sound like anyone else, especially not like John Sykes, who had his own unique sound. The audience is smart, they can tell when you're not being authentic. Whitesnake's Slip of the Tongue became a massive success, marking the band's third consecutive platinum record. Released in November 1989, it peaked at number 10 on both the UK and US charts, thanks to hits like Fool for Your Loving and The Deeper the Love. The album celebrated its 30th anniversary in 2019 with a special 7-disc box set, a testament to its enduring legacy. Adrian Vandenberg and Steve Vai's collaboration in Whitesnake not only showcased their individual talents but also created a unique blend of styles that resonated with fans around the world. Their journey together remains a fascinating chapter in rock history, filled with challenges, growth, and unforgettable music.